wonder what happens if I build my own Milwaukee battery. So I'm not sure how I started down this rabbit hole. All my Milwaukee batteries that I've ever bought, they're all still functioning. I haven't had a single dud. So not sure how this started, but let's build one and see how it compares to the original. To begin, I ordered the case off of AliExpress, and it comes with a BMS and all the metal tabs and stuff. And after a quick look through of my package, it looks like everything that's supposed to be there is there. So I'm going to go ahead and start to kind of put this thing together based on the wiring diagram, and we'll see how it looks. Before I hook anything up, I'll make sure that the polarity is all facing the right way. There's 15 18650 cells there, so that has the potential to really short out and do something nasty. So I'll be on my best behavior today for at least the next hour or so. So the batteries I'm going to be using for this are the Samsung ICR 18650 22P. I did get them from batteryhookup.com. If you do decide to buy anything from Battery Hookup, use promo code HouseDadLife. You'll get yourself 10% off. The spec sheet for them is listed on the site as well. I did run them through the charger just to make sure that the capacities are there, and everyone tested higher than what they were rated at, so that's already a good sign. I do have 15 cells that are charged, tested, and ready to go, so that's the cells that I'm going to be using for this battery pack. So after some fumbling around, it looks like I've finally figured out the layout, and this is what the battery layout's supposed to be. The good thing is all the metal pieces that did come with it, they only fit one way on the case. So after kind of orienting them and knowing a little bit about building batteries and already taking them apart, I kind of figured out how it should go. Now before I connect anything up, I'm going to make sure that it is right so I don't short anything out. So I'll give that a quick once over, and then I'll get to either soldering. I guess there will be a little bit of soldering here, but most of it's going to be spot welding. Like even these little pins make this orientation line up pretty good. They've got little pins in the plastic. So it's a pretty well made case. Pretty happy with that. As you can see, tried to do this without messing my whole cell lineup arrangement up here. But it actually, like, it sits very nicely in there, and they all clip together pretty good. So it's a very sturdy, well made case. I'm pretty impressed. Alright, the lack of instruction is really showing up here. The screws and this piece, so far I have no idea what this is for. I got the two little wires that I'm going to need for the top of the BMS. I get where these go. So still working on where the screws go. So in the meantime then I'll put together what I do know. So I know these springs are going to go in here, and I know this thing goes on top. So let's get this thing together, find out which screws connect this guy up, and we will continue by process of elimination. Alright, so after much playing, I think I've got it figured out. These two screws here, one's for the BMS on the top, here and here, and then I've got these, too long and too short. That's going to be for the battery case. These 5 over here, those 5 go into here to hold this battery shell together, which then leaves me with 4, these 4, and these 4. Now I'm thinking these little 4 are what hold that spring case in, and these 4 are what actually hold the battery. This assembly actually screws on to the bottom of the case as well. So that's where I think they go. And judging by the size of the holes, I think that's the way I'm going to attempt to put it together. Alright, so we got these screws together, and I am impressed. This pack is really tightly packed together. Like, batteries aren't going to be shaking around or flopping around in there. So I'm impressed with that. Part of me kind of wonders if this isn't the original factory or it's a dang good knockoff, because like the screws, they were actually Torx. I don't know if you can see it in oh yeah, there we go. They're actually Torx heads. They're not Allen keys or anything else. Luckily, I happen to have them around in the house, but just a buyer beware if you guys are picking up the same kit and thinking of doing the same thing as well. I also did get the those tiny little screws into the cap, and that is functioning well. So next up, I think we'll heat up the soldering iron, and I'll put the positive and negative onto the BMS so I can seat the BMS down and start getting all these things on. Ooh, I just figured out where this thing went. It goes on the top here, and the reason it goes on the top is they've actually got a short circuit protection built in here. So this is designed to melt or toast off or burn off or whatever you want to call it before you short circuit and cause a potential massive problem in the battery. So when this thing goes together and it sits on the battery like this, that is kind of like a little bit of a thermal protection between the top. So included as well. Now I know where it goes at least, so this is good. Okay, so I got the two little guys soldered up here, and you can see them on the board. Wires are coming out the back, so I can put the rest of the, I think these are zinc plates, onto the battery. And once I have them on there, I'll show you kind of where they go. You really can't go wrong at this point in time. Everything is pinned out really well on the battery case. So that's a pleasant surprise. Other than lacking the instructions, so far the kit looks like a good quality kit. Okay, so I've just done the one side, and you can kind of see how well they fit. And the little holes only go one way, so you can't mix them up with the wrong plates. However, I'm not going to do this side until I've got these spot welded, because at that time I can already risk short circuiting and frying batteries, and I don't want to do that. Now, I'm not sure why I decide to always do this on the floor, but I always do it on the floor, whatever. For the spot welding, I'm using the K-Weld that I've put together, that kit, along with the lithium titanate battery that I built. Alright, as you can see, this side is all tacked up. It was kind of nice they all had dimples, so it made it really easy to get the spot welds in there. But yeah, they're solid. This is not going anywhere. So at this point in time, I feel comfortable. I'll put these plates on and I'll spot weld these up as well. This side, however, I will do one plate at a time, going from the positive side over to the negative side, just so I don't risk one all of a sudden slipping off and shorting something out. Alright, as you can see, the whole pack is spot welded up, and nothing left to do now but connect the BMS solder together and put the case on. Alright, so it took a little bit of fandangling to get this thing on the top, lining up all these pinholes, but I did manage to get it on there. I have yet to solder the power and the ground. I will first solder the pins, then I'm going to pull up my voltmeter and just test it up and make sure everything is good before I connect it up. Alright, time for the moment of truth. There's the positive, there's the negative. And we got a 20.66 volts, so that's a good sign. So nothing left to do now but connect the positive, the negative, close up the case, and see if it works on the power tool and both the charger as well. Maybe not the best soldering job in the world, but they are both on, connected, and looks like she works. Alright, so here's an unpleasant surprise. Got the whole thing done, put together, put inside the case, and I can't put in the last two screws because they're that size Torx, and well, I'll show you. There just isn't enough room for me to put an extension on there. So before I go and pick up an actual Torx bit to put this thing in, let's test it and see if this thing actually works before I go spend money on it. Well, that's a winner. So far, what I'll end up doing, I'll charge it to full after I get that on there, put the bottom screws on. I haven't done that yet either, and kind of see how it performs. Well, I just finished giving that battery a solid test. Well, it looks like it's going to take a charge. I guess we'll find out. A solid test about the same test that I do once a week when I cut the grass. I managed to trim the whole lawn. Actually did some trimming in the garden as well. Some of the weeds are overgrown. Edged everything, and then used the blower to finish off. That's pretty similar to this battery. It's definitely better than this one. Whether or not it's as good as this one, I don't know. I don't think it is. I don't think it has the same capacity. It does say 9 on the sticker. It's not 9. If I add up the tested capacity of the cells, they all tested at 2200 milliamps, so that should be about 6.6 amp hours is what it actually ended up testing to be. But clearly, I mean, it worked great. So whether or not it keeps going, I'll let you guys know if it all of a sudden dies, or maybe in a year from now, if I'm still using it, I'll post back. Oh, cost-wise, I guess I should talk about that. The cost of the battery, I figure, is about $65 Canadian, all said and done, with shipping, duties, and getting the batteries over here. The most expensive part was the case. Surprisingly, the batteries were 70 cents a cell. So, I mean, that's pretty dang good. And then the case was like 30 bucks Canadian, and then shipping. As of right now, it was a pleasant surprise. I'm glad it worked out, actually. I wasn't sure yesterday when I was putting this thing together if I was actually going to figure out all the pieces. But if somebody else wants to do the kit, I'll leave the link to the batteries and the kit off of AliExpress, and have at her.